to SortaOkay Reviews, where every fan is welcome. I'm Nathan Bedard.
I'm Brad Newton.
And welcome to the Sorta Anything Show number 2.
Yeah, so this week our main topic is going to be our movie theater experience. But before that, let's get into what we've been doing this week.
So nothing crazy. We're not Hollywood stars. We're not really doing much besides work and especially with the pandemic going on still. But I've been, like I said, still on that Dragon Ball Z high right now. I've been reading I got all the Super manga. I'm reading that right now. It's actually quite interesting how different it is compared to the anime. There's some things that I really like, and there's some things that I don't like.
Yeah, for me, I've been doing a whole lot playing wise. For me, it's mostly been watching. I'm still working on Umbrella Academy. I think I'm on episode 5 now. I can only do like 2 episodes a week. I'm really enjoying that right now. I actually recently started watching the High Score documentary on Netflix as well. It's about the history of video games, and I'm on episode 3 of that. It talks about Atari and the first Nintendo and the creation of Mario and all the video game stuff. So I check it out if you're a video game nerd and are interested in that. And just general things in our life right now, I would say my girlfriend moved in, and you helped us with that. We got all of our stuff back from down in from Orlando, so that was our kind of day. We got a U-Haul, and then
and I wanted free food, so that was the offer, and so I gladly did that. But yeah, that was nice. I'm glad to see you're starting to get I got my own setup here. Of course, I have my collection room, and even in my room, it's still kind of like it's unique. I definitely have added style, so I'm glad that you and her kind of are getting that set up, because that's one thing I love are setups. I love setups.
Getting our toy collection.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not quite extensive as yours, but we got a collection. We're figuring out where we want everything.
Nope. I'm changing my collection around quite a bit. That could be a video possibly in the future. I think just my thoughts on collecting, my tips and tricks and stuff like that, and how I've changed my collecting over the years. If that's something to be interested, let us know down in the comments below.
Yeah. So speaking of things that we've done over the years, I would say it's go to the movies. We love movies, and unfortunately, because of COVID, movie theaters have been closed. That was until last week.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think it's kind of selfish of us and it's bad, but I think that was the one thing that we've missed the most is going to the movies. That's one of our happy places, and my God, did it feel good to go back?
Yeah, so why you probably clicked on this video is we're going to be talking about what it's like to go back to the movies. So there's nothing really playing right now until next week. New Mutants comes out and Tenet. Early screenings of Tenet.
Tenet, yeah, but I guess you can't really consider it early screenings. Technically it's supposed to come out a long time ago.
Yeah, so those come out next week. So we went for a classic movie. They're having our local theater is a Regal theater, so they were having $5 classics, and we went to go see Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, and just also something that some people might not know that we were also wondering, kind of when we heard the movie theaters were opening back up, we have the Regal Unlimited Pass. So we were wondering, as soon as they open, are they going to charge our card? Are they going to cancel it till everything gets back to normal? Well, we pretty much found out that you get a free month.
Yeah, so if you're a subscriber, you probably got an email, and if you read it, it says you get 30 days free of your unlimited when your theater reopens. So if your Regal theater's not open right now, it doesn't activate until your local theater that you selected is open, or until you use it at a different theater. And that starts your 30 days. So you get 30 days free of unlimited if you're an unlimited subscriber.
So make sure that if you maybe have changed your local theater when you were looking in another area, make sure you change it back to yours. So that way, if a theater's open in a different area, you're not getting those days eaten up because that theater opened and yours hasn't. But I think that is pretty nice. That's definitely
something free. Yeah.
1, free, and then 2, just the sheer fact of
if you're not quite comfortable coming back to the theater,
or you just don't see any value in it right now, you have a chance to wait a little bit. But then 2, you also now have a chance to just go.
Yeah. So I would assume AMC is probably doing something similar to that because AMC is the biggest theater chain, so I assume their Regal's probably copying them. But let's talk about our experience. So first off, we got there We went on a Sunday night, and parking lot pretty empty.
It was very empty. I think that's the emptiest we've ever seen it.
I think it was probably pretty much just the employees there for the most part.
Yeah, it was pretty much the employees. But we got in there. First thing that I noticed, the box office area, like
Where you buy your tickets.
That's closed, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's going to be the same thing for all other theaters. That's going to be closed. And when you get to the door, and we'll insert pictures so you can see kind of like what we saw. When you get to the door, it immediately says like, these are some of the guidelines we're taking: social distancing, cleaning, face masks are required when you get into the theater. But you go in, you can get your tickets if you want. You can get your tickets at the theater. I would highly recommend you don't, though.
Yeah, you can go up to some concessions and buy your tickets there still if you want to. It's much easier just to do it on the app and get them ahead of time and just have it on your phone, and then they can just scan it on your phone. They have like little social markers. Luckily, I have long arms, so I just went like that, and then she scanned our tickets.
Yep. And then pretty much too, because the theaters are at a lower capacity, and that is one issue that we kind of saw.
Yeah, there's minimum 2 seats in between each group of people. So you get your group of seats, but there's got to be 2 seats between each group. And the first 3 rows, you couldn't even buy tickets for.
Yeah. So I feel like that's just, that's just going to hurt the movies in general, just not being able to get people in seats. But then, too, you're going to get, like, a lot of people, I don't think, still use the app. A lot of people were still used to just going up, getting tickets. And trust me, unless it was like an Avengers movie on opening day, you could pretty much just go up to the theater, get a seat, and you're good to go.
Yeah, there's no one there right now.
This, especially if it's a hype movie, like I think when Tenet and when like Wonder Woman, Black Widow come out, you're gonna have to get those tickets immediately.
Yeah. So we got there. You went ahead and got some popcorn and a drink. How did that go?
So that was one thing I was a little worried about too, because I love getting a popcorn. I love getting a drink at the movie theaters. Like it tastes different. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it does. And 2, it was forever. I wanted some damn popcorn.
Yeah.
I wanted some popcorn. So, I've heard that like it's gonna be self-serving. Like you're gonna, I don't know if like you're gonna have to get your own popcorn. Like they'll have like a or something like that. I thought that's how it was gonna go. But no, it was actually pretty simple. You go up there, it says they don't accept cash. They're only card or Regal gift card, which makes sense. But no, the guy comes up, you just talk to him, yeah, I want this, and they get it for you.
Yeah, so that seemed pretty well. We took a look around. Honestly, when we were in the lobby, we were the only people there. I saw, in the lobby itself, I saw no one except workers.
Yeah, it was like I said, towards the end of the night on Sunday, and really, yes, there's still nothing new. I think people are waiting for that new to come out, but of course, we wanted to go back, and we've never seen Empire in the theaters, so that was definitely a plus.
Yeah, so we got there, we went in our theater, we found our seats. Not the 3 rows were like blocked off or anything. It didn't really look like anything really changed inside. Like there's nothing I noticed that was blocked off.
Yeah, they didn't have any like X's on the seats. And granted, too, this was their first weekend opening. They could change it as we go along. But yeah, no, there's no X's on the seats showing that like, okay, you can't sit here. So I feel like honestly, if the people in the theater don't care, you could honestly move.
Yeah.
And another thing, when you enter the theater, it does say in front of before you enter, a face mask is required when you're in the theater.
Yeah. So the only way you can take off your face mask is if you have popcorn and a drink. So it's kind of a good excuse if you're very uncomfortable in the face mask. You can be like, okay, well, I can just get popcorn and a drink and just take it off when I'm eating. Yeah, you could literally just buy like a piece of candy or just a drink, a bottle of water, and then if somebody ever comes up to you, you could just show that and you're fine. Now, granted, if I have to give my personal opinion, I think once you get in the theater, you really shouldn't need to wear it anyways, because technically if you're eating, you're smacking your mouth at that point, you would be more dangerous doing that than you would just sitting without a mask. Because one thing, you should be quiet during a movie. You should never talk during a movie. It's the most annoying thing in the world. Yeah. But so you're not talking, you're just breathing. So like the spit pellets or whatever they say, that would be the most dangerous thing. You're not going to be doing that if you're just sitting there watching the movie.
And unless you talk, then that. But still, even if you're eating, that's I think more. So I just think personally, you should just be able to take it off when you get in there.
Yeah, and then aside from our party, there was only There's only two other people in the theater, so 4 people total. So, or 5 people total. Five people total in the theater, and then so there was really no one there. So it's hard to judge like what's gonna happen if it's an actual quote unquote full theater. But
Yep. And just a heads up, like I said, we're not mask patrol. We're not mask police. The guy that was in our row when he was in the theater just sitting down, he didn't have any popcorn or anything like
he
that.
had some candy.
Really?
Yeah, he had some candy.
Well, like still, even if you like don't see, he didn't have his mask on. Honestly, like I did not care at all. Like I said, I think it's
because technically, it's you're 2 seats apart. You are 6 feet apart. So
exactly, but
I think he was like 4 or 5 seats down from us.
So you can technically take it off. Honestly, you're just gonna have to take a risk of like at your theater. Your theater, like in the people in your theater, because you could have people in your theater as soon as they see that, they'd be like, "Oh no, wear a mask, wear a mask." I'm gonna go tell. So you could run into that problem, possibly.
It just depends how comfortable you are with the mask and the type of mask you have. Me, my job, I have to wear a mask 10 hours a day, so it doesn't bother me to wear a mask in the theater because I'm so used to it at this point.
Yeah, and two, I mean, I understand. Like you're in an AC building, so it's really not that bad. Now, kind of give you perspective. I did buy popcorn and a drink, so I didn't. I just had my mask like kind of just laying on my ear the whole time. That didn't bother me at all. It was nice. Well, you were wearing a mask the whole time. How did you feel during that?
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty used to wearing a mask. So honestly, it just depends on the type of mask you have. There's like at this point, I've tried probably 8 different type of masks, and the one I have now I like because it's just the most comfortable material. It's not really hot at all. It's honestly just finding the right mask for you, I think. And then because that to me, I wear it so much that I'm just used to it, so it didn't bother me. But to be honest with you, I probably could have just taken off the mask and no one would have cared.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it really boils down to just the theater. Now, I did notice that they did have somebody come in and check, but I think
was that before the movie or was it during the movie?
It was I think it was either right before it started or during the trailers. But they did check. This is really going to have to depend on your theater because you probably might have some people that are super strict and some that are just unless somebody comes to them, they won't care.
Yeah. And then speaking of the movie itself, most everyone's seen Empire, so we don't really have much to say about the movie itself. But they did show a few trailers. I think they showed 3. But one thing they did show was a cool Sonic thing that welcomed you back to theaters. It was just a quick animation thing. But I thought it was pretty fun for them to do, where Sonic traveled around the world and stuff. And I think it was kind of like a welcome back to theaters thing. And then I think they showed 3 trailers for. I remember 2 of the movies I wasn't really interested in. Certainly they got nothing coming out soon. But anyway, I think that's about it for our experience.
Yeah, and also another thing, pretty much. Like I said, if you go in there and you don't have you just need, even if your, let's say your wife or friend or whatever gets a drink, too, I feel like that you could just pull that up if somebody asks. Like I said, it's really just going to depend on your theater. And then too, we're going to give you guys an updated version on this because, like I said, and there's nobody in that theater.
Yeah, there's no one in the theater. This was the second day they're open. We're probably going to go, and this is a small city. We'll probably go again to a more popular movie like Tenet or New Mutants, and then we'll probably go in Orlando at some point soon-ish as well. When we'll see what it's like in a bigger city.
Yeah, and before we give our final thoughts, something we did not know about that we thought was really interesting. There's a thing called Screen X that we saw.
Yeah, I think it was a thing that was coming out before COVID, and I think our theater just took the time to add it while they weren't open. And it seems like it's just if you've seen those really wide monitors that people game PC on.
Yep.
At our theater, they're playing Black Panther on it, so I don't know. It's a really cool aspect ratio thing where you have screens on the side, kind of too.
I think it said it was 270 degrees of viewing. I don't know what the sound. We're definitely going to bring you a review on it. We're going to go probably. We could go next week or something like that, but we're going to bring a review on it. We're going to show you pictures what it looks like inside. It's definitely interesting. Of course, when we went to go see 40X, that was interesting. It's always good to take to try new things. But yeah, like that was actually kind of shocking to see that they've actually done something new
when they're losing so much money.
when they're
So-
losing so much money. Yes.
So, yeah, I'd say that's about it. It's going to be back in theaters. We'll probably go a few times. And again, like, I mean, if you're worried about COVID, just wait. You don't have to go to the theater right now. If you're worried about it, I would suggest probably you wait and don't go back.
Yeah, like kind of to go just a little bit more in depth with that. Like,
Mhm.
if you want our honest opinion,
Mhm.
if you really are like scared of this virus and you don't even want to go to a grocery store, like yes, no, there's nothing the theater nor Disneyland nor nothing can do to really truly make it 100% safe. It's
Mhm.
really gonna have to be just on you. But honestly,
Yeah, just wash your hands, wear your mask.
just wash your hands. But if you don't feel safe, you're just gonna have to stay home. There's nothing that they can do
Mhm.
to really make you feel 100% safe. I like I said, I honestly see some of these like restrictions, like the limited the theater, the wearing the mask in the theater. I see a lot of these things changing within the next like month or two automatically. I just think
Mhm.
that it's not gonna work out the way that they think, and a lot of places are just kind of starting to get that like we're tired of it.
Mhm.
Um,
Mentality.
we're a retirement mentality, and it's either we do this or we
Yeah.
fail. And just being honest too, I think honestly a majority of the people, just because like I said, there's nothing new, but I think once new things start coming out, especially Wonder Woman, Black Widow, those theaters will be packed and people want to go to the theaters. I don't think that they're that scared.
But I think that's gonna do it for this episode of the Sorta Anything Show. All we really wanted to talk about was just our experience at the movie theater. We'll be back next week with a new topic, and we'll decide what we want to talk about then. But I think that's gonna do it for us here.
Yeah, it felt great to be back at the movies. I can't wait. Definitely go out and support them. Like I said, if you're not scared, go out, support them. We can't lose these movie theaters. But that is going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to go down and give it a like and comment and hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever a Sorta Okay review comes up. And that's going to be it. Thank you so much.